Psalm 50. The mighty God, even the Lord, hath spoken, and called the earth from the rising of the sun unto the going down thereof. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, God hath shined. Our God shall come, and shall not keep silence. A fire shall devour before him, and it shall be very tempestuous round about him. He shall call to the heavens from above, and to the earth, that he may judge his people. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. And the heavens shall declare his righteousness, for God is judge himself, Selah. Hear, O my people. Speak, O Israel. And I will testify against thee. I am God, even thy God. I will not reprove thee for thy sacrifices or thy burnt offerings, to have been continually before me. I will take no bullock out of thy house, nor he-goats out of thy folds. For every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills. I know all the fowls of the mountains, and the wild beasts of the field are mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell thee, but the world is mine, and the fullness thereof. Will I eat the flesh of bulls, or drink the blood of goats? Offer unto God thanksgiving, and pay thy vows unto the Most High, and call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee. Thou shalt glorify me. But unto the wicked God saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, and thou consentedst with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee, and set them in order before thine eyes. Now consider this, ye that forget God, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. Whoso offereth praise glorifieth me, and to him that ordereth his conversation aright will I show the salvation of God.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples for his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful they got there pushing his word and truth and his sincerity across the four winds of the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Shema Shah. All right, another news and prophecy. All right, got some news video to get into, and just pretty much break down the times that we are living in. And real quick, let me while I'm at it, make you brothers moderators. So y'all be doing this more will throughout the live stream. Setting you brothers up as moderators on this channel. I forgot. I haven't did that on this channel yet, so trying to get all you brothers a ranch. But yeah, man, I listened to a video. They're pretty interesting today. From Alex Jones, but he had a guest speaker who was pretty much breaking some things down, and I thought it would be real informative, and edifying to go into these things because what we have to understand, all right, that we're living in the controlled demolition of America. You see, what the masses don't understand is that the elites, okay, run America. Okay, the government that we see on TV, they're nothing, all right, but do boys, all right, for the elites. Okay, the government has completely abandoned America, man, and they're gradually, all right, uh, doing a controlled demolition on America, man. Okay, until this place is no more, all the way up until the nukes, because the new world order that Esau Edom has planned, America doesn't play a major part in it. So America has to be weakened, and that's why they're allowing these things to happen intentionally, man. Okay, destroying the food supply chain. Okay, setting the military up for failure. Okay, um, you have the economic collapse that's to come. Okay, the borders are wide open. Okay, America has the worst food. America has the worst food in the world. Foods that are allowed in America, they're not allowed in other places, man. Okay, and the government is at war, at a silent war with the people. And as long as people are entertained and they have their convenience, there'll never be a real uproar, man. Okay, so we're gonna go into these things, but let me keep making you brothers say moderator, Salaki. They're trying to get brothers, them ranches, which we don't have a lot of scoffers. I guess my channel, be too boring. You got, you got to sit through documentaries on this channel. So I guess you don't, we don't got a lot of scoffers, but you never know. All right. But yeah, so I'm gonna start with this precept, and then we're gonna go into the lesson. Lord will you brothers and you sisters are edified. Now, let's share this in the blue letter. I want to get in the NLT as well. All right. Now, this is Jeremiah 51, and I started at 8. Well, I started at 7. Okay, because what we're about to see is pretty much the elites. They're going to treat America like a throwaway. Okay, America has served its purpose, and we're going to read in verse 7. All right, the purpose of America. All right, Jeremiah 51:7 says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Okay, because America has been, all right, the most influential country, all right, these past decades, man. These past several decades, America, okay, has pretty much been the standard, okay, to these nations in the earth. And these nations have partook, okay, in America's democracy, okay, women's liberation, even drill culture. You got drill rap everywhere, okay, in this madness, man. Okay, the earth is in the uproar behind Esau's, all right, behind the Babylon's cup of abominations, man. Okay, and the elites use, okay, America to get these nations drunk off philosophy because it weakened the nations, man. Okay, where the elites were able to, in the background, all right, gather these nations under this new world order banner, man. Okay, so now America has done its job and influenced these nations and caused these nations to be weakened morally, okay, which allowed the elites to pretty much have their way. Because when the elites, when they would, take down these heathen nations through America's military, all right, NATO, all right, America's and the NATO military. What would they do? They would take over, all right, the media, control the information that was go forth, so they can control the indoctrination of their nation, okay, through media, okay, and that was Babylon being that golden cup, okay, in the Lord's hand, all right. He utilized the elites on the left hand side, okay, to spread American influence, but now that's been done. So now America done pretty much served its major purpose. And now we're seeing all the assets being moved to the east. Okay? Because America was a moral standard that the elites want for the New World Order. But as this guy's going to say, China is pretty much the digital standard as far as, social credit scores, the surveillance, okay? The communist capitalism, okay, where you have the super rich and the poor, okay. So now things are being transferred into the east, and the elites are done with America, man. All right, and we're going to see, this controlled demolition continue to be carried out. All right, this Jeremiah 51:8 says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. Okay? So when you go here, I want to get these in the NLT. Read these two. All right? Because America is falling. And if you're caught in the darkness, all right, if you're just caught up in the convenience and the entertainment of America, man, it's gonna be a sudden fall to you, man. But we see this place falling in the spirit. We know what's to come. And the scriptures say we are not of they that sleep, okay, in the dark, but the children of light. All right, and we can see this place falling, man. So the Lord is pretty much being sarcastic when you read Jeremiah 51:8. It said, but suddenly Babylon too has fallen. Weep for her, give her medicine, perhaps she can yet be healed. So the Lord is being sarcastic because he knows it's over. It's written in the script for this place to be over, man. Okay? So she was a golden cup, but now she's finna fall. And this is the time we're living in, the fall of America, man. Okay? It says we would have helped her if we could, but nothing can save her now. She's done. Okay? This place is done. All right? The Lord has the spirit on the elites, all right, to, all right, write America out the script within the New World Order agenda. Okay? Because one of the things that's in the way of Esau's New World Order is a strong America, man. Okay? And I say, this guy, all right, he's going to go into it. It said, let her go, abandon her, return now to your own land, for her punishment reaches to the heavens, all right, the spiritual realm. It is so great, it cannot be measured, man. Okay, so the Lord has America being isolated, all right, for chaos and then great judgment, which are the nukes. All right, that's the future for America. Great chaos and then the nukes. You see? And people, all right, are so optimistic. They still think that somehow, some way, America is going to prevail. Nah, man. It's not in the script. So let's get this word optimistic. Now, this is the word optimistic, and it goes into its adjective. It says hopeful and confident about the future. And there's a lot of people that no matter what's happening in America, they're still optimistic. They still are confident about America, getting back to the glory days, man. Nah, them days are over with, done. Okay? America just going to get worse and worse until it's nuked off the earth, man. Okay? Until it's turned to a desert. Okay? That's the future for America, man. Okay? Now, let's go here. Phone had a chime on that one. All right, but let's get this video, and then we'll commentate from there. All right. Now, this is the guy Alex Jones, who we know, he's an insider. Okay, but they allow these insiders to have certain truth so they can get credibility, so people can trust them. Okay, so when they sprinkle their BS in, it's gonna lead them right back into the elites, man. Okay, now this guy who's on with him, I don't know if he's juiced in. He seems sincere, but he has some good info. All right, so we'll let it play. All right, and we'll jump in and out with precept, Lord will.
In addition to writing for various other publications in the U.S. and worldwide, he's been covering all the big COP meetings all over the world and getting into the UN biomedical treaty to take over our bodies, the cutting off of the carbon, the UN promoting literal pedophilia, trying to legalize it officially this year. So, Alex, great to have you with us. I think I've had you on before. I've seen you all over the other shows, been watching you for years. You're a young guy, but you've already been prolific for a long time. And I think you're right up there at the top of the people really engaging in Paul Revere activity, raising the alarm. So you can start wherever you want, my friend.
Well, it's great to be here. Again, thank you so much, Alex. It's such a joy to be here, and I really appreciate all that you're doing. So I am just a few hours away from taking off to the COP28. I know you've been covering it. I know InfoWars has been covering it, but most Americans have no clue the significance of what's going on here. And so I went to the last one in Egypt, the COP27. We exposed the new 10 commandments that they unveiled. I actually got some of the ringleaders of this abomination on camera telling me that they were working with the UN to develop what they called the third covenant. So God gave us the original 10 commandments. They're going to give us the new ones. God gave us the old covenant, the new covenant. They are now working on what they call the third covenant to help us take care of Mother Earth. So there's three.
All right, you hear that? Okay. They want to bring out, a new 10 commandments. And they got this thing called the third covenant. This is Esau trying to establish and forge his blessing in the earth. Okay, so let's get some precepts. We're going to go back to that, man. Let's address that. Because, see, people really don't understand the wickedness of the devil. People think that, they just trying to get some more money. It's all about the money. Esau, he done did the money thing. Okay, he got the resources on lock. All the wealth flows to him. Okay, he got that all right on lock. And he's not worried about no bag. All right, the bag's secure with Esau. It's about full control now. It's about him, all right, portraying himself as the Most High in the earth. Okay, and the scriptures tell us that, man. So let's go here. Okay, let's go here. All right, let's get this in Ezekiel. Okay, Esau has a God complex, man. And he wants. He's just gonna create his own covenant, man. All right, but let's deal with his God complex in the scriptures first. All right, this is Ezekiel. Okay, 28. All right, Ezekiel 28 and I'll get to the point. This is Ezekiel 28 and 6. It said, therefore, thus said the Lord power, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. And this is how Esau thinks, that he is on the same playing field with the Most High, that he's able to control existence and put existence under his order. Okay, his new world order is him establishing his godhood in the earth, man. That's a major part. And they see him, okay, is just your way of bowing the knee to his world order that he wants to bring, his new world order that he wants to bring forth. That's why there's no forgiveness to that, man. Because you accepted this man as your God. If you take the sea hill, that means you accept this man as your God. Okay? But this man's heart, his mind, all right, is set, to try to be the most high. Okay? Let's go here. I'm quite sure brother's loading it up. All right, you go 2 Thessalonians 2. All right. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3 said, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Okay? That man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And this is what's happening. The man of sin is being fully revealed. Esau, Edom, okay, is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Esau, Edom comes, all right, after the workings of Satan. It's Esau. Okay? This is the Antichrist nation, Esau, Edom. He's anti-Messiah. Okay, and he showcases it on a daily basis now. He's coming out more and more. Okay? 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitting in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. This is Esau, man. Okay? This is what he's attempting to do in the earth. This is a great rebellion that this man is doing in the earth, man. Okay? And he's trying to pull this off in real time as we speak. Okay, so this thing is going to go to a whole nother phase soon, man. All right, because Esau wants to establish this. And he know he needs chaos. He know he needs a weakened America. He needs war. Okay? He wants to do a real reset in the earth, man. Okay, he wants to reset people's thinking. You know what they call fifth generational warfare. Okay, let's see. We can find some on that fifth generational. So let's get this real quick, and then we'll deal. Let's get this, and we'll go back to it. All right. So let's get this real quick, because you got a term called fifth generational warfare. All right. I want to get that. Okay. And that's why if a brother can, what if 2 Corinthians 10 verses 4 and 5. All right. And Ephesians, I think 6 and 12. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. Okay. A brother can post it. Post those two, Bob Shah. All right. So this is Wikipedia. It said fifth generation warfare, or 5GW, is warfare that is conducted primarily through non-kinetic military action, which is actually, shooting guns and, military hardware. Okay. It says it's warfare that is conducted primarily through non-kinetic military action. Okay. And it says such as social engineering. All right. And it says social engineering is a term which has been used to mean top-down effort to influence particular attitudes and social behaviors on a large scale, most often undertaken by governments, but also carried out by media academia, which the media and academia is controlled by the government, and the governments are controlled by the elites. Okay? It says, or private groups, it says, in order to produce desired characteristics in a target audience, man. Okay? So we're seeing major social engineering. That's why you see people have an acceptance of the alphabet community. That wasn't a thing. You couldn't bring the things that they're doing now. They couldn't do 20 years ago. Okay, but what have they done? Social engineering. The things that are acceptable now, the things that are the norm now, the way women are. That's why I talk about the modern woman. Well, the modern woman is nothing but a product of social engineering. Okay, and then the product. Okay, the child of the modern woman. All right, which is these niggas out here. All this is a project of social engineering. Okay, fifth generational warfare has been going. This is part of their silent war. Programming through the schools, the media, the music, politics, okay, sports, okay. So reading it again, it says 5G. All right, fifth generation warfare, warfare that is warfare. All right, that is conducted primarily through non-kinetic military actions such as social engineering, misinformation, cyber attacks alone. All right, that's something that get used to this term cyber attacks. All right, and we've seen the misinformation. That whole juice campaign, all right, was a misinformation that led to mass death. Okay, but this is fifth generational warfare. Okay, not your conventional, shooting back and forth and nah, man, it's a silent war, but people are dying. Okay, it says along with emerging technologies. Okay, and what's a major, all right, emerging technology, man? The CHIP, the MOTB. Okay, which is going to be controlled through what? All right, it says along with emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence and fully autonomous systems. Fifth generation warfare has been described by Daniel Abbott as a war of information and perception. And this devil, okay, he wants to erase, okay, the idea of the Most High off the earth, man. He wants to erase their perception out of the earth. Okay, he wants, when it comes to power, he wants it to stop at him. Okay, it said there is no widely agreed upon definition of fifth generation warfare. All right, that's something else. But this is the point. All right, a war of information and perception. Okay, this is why it's just the time now to be rooted in what we believe, man. It's time to be all over the place, man, because this man finna come with all type of psyops, and he finna really put the pressure down, man. So this is why this is the time to be rooted, okay, in the faith. All right. So let's go from there. We'll go back into this. And then the devil, he talk about he gonna make new covenants. All right, what you're gonna get into that. But let's get these few comment board. All right, it's a brother Bayon Yasha'Allah, 2 Corinthians 10:4. It said, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. Okay, the pulling down of strongholds, and this is what we're doing with this word. See, we have, all right, a counter for this man fifth generational warfare. Okay, through this word, because we're pushing the true information, the true perception. Okay, this is why the truth is so powerful, man. All right, because this man is taking his deception to a whole nother level. Okay, so when we're out, and we're teaching, we're doing our weekly lessons. Guess what? We're combating this man's fifth generational warfare of deception and lies, man. Okay, casting that, pulling down strongholds, man. All right, hey, for every believer, we all was we was all entangled in this devil's strongholds. Everyone that has repented, all those sincere, brothers, you sisters, man, that sincerely have repented, we was all entangled in one of these strongholds, man. But it was the word that broke that stronghold down, to where we got the true perception on everything. A brother can put that definition, perception. Let's get that definition up. Baba Shah. All right. This is 2 Corinthians 10:5. It said, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High. And that's all Esau does, is boast against the knowledge and the wisdom, all right, that the Most High established in the earth. All right. And what do we see the Most High knowledge and wisdom? In creation. And this devil does everything to try to undo, all right, the wisdom that was set up from the beginning. Okay, he wants to undo what a man and a woman is. He wants to do away with that. Real food, he wants to do away with that. Okay, the order set up for the family, he wants to do away with that. That's him exalting himself against the knowledge of the Most High. Okay, and it says, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai. And we do that through this word, man. Coming under the order of Yahweh Shai through the continual teaching of this word. Okay? This is the brother Bayan Yasha'Allah, Ephesians 6:12. It said, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against the spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay? So when we're teaching, we're in the spiritual war. Okay, this is why we're not here to, try to flex on security guards and police officers at camp. That's flesh and blood. Nah, we're in the spiritual warfare. We're not here to wrestle with Palestinians, at the protest. Okay, nah, man, this is an actual spiritual war. This word, all right, this is our weapons of war. There's edification going out. This is the most deadly thing to Esau Edom, is this word going out, man, because it undoes the foundation of his kingdom, which is lies, man. And this is why he's going to come, all right, for brothers, man. Okay, because they through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Al Shai, we're chipping away at the foundation of this man's kingdom. Okay. So yeah, brother. All right. Yep. Let's see, brother got a definition for perception. It said the ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through the senses. Okay. That's why scripture always say having eyes, but what? See not, having ears, but hear not. Jake not able to perceive this, man. They can't understand the truth through their senses. Why? Because the gods of this world have blinded the minds, okay, of them that don't believe. You see? So you go into perceptions, the ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through the senses. Okay? And this devil has blinded the masses, man, from hearing and seeing the truth. Okay? Which the Lord allowed him to do that. Because it's only for the elect. Now, let's go here because they're talking about the third covenant. Well, wait a minute. When you go into the scriptures speak about two covenants. All right. The first one for Israel, which, we couldn't uphold, but Yahweh Shai, okay, he established a new one, which was already prophesied in the Old Testament, that there will eventually be a new covenant, okay, in which we will be changed, because the requirements of the old covenant are still the same. Us being obedient, their requirement is still the same, okay? But in the new covenant, we're going to be changed, okay? So let's just go into it. All right, and this is only for Israel, but Esau said he got a third covenant now, man. All right, with his commandments. Boy, that nigga up, man. What y'all gonna do, Unc, man? All right, this is Jeremiah 31 and 31. It said, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Okay, so the scriptures clearly explain who the covenant is with. All right, the northern and southern kingdom, which we're going to be one. Okay, under what? Under the throne of David. All right, one nation. It says, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, said the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. And thus us being changed, the laws within us, those new bodies, those glorified bodies. Okay? And that's the second covenant. That's the new covenant, man. Okay? And this is what we have to look forward to. But Esau like, nah, we got a third covenant. Okay? Tripping in the earth, man. All right, let's go here to Romans. All right, and then we'll get back to the video. Just want to go over that. You know, and then talking about the third covenant. This man is really trying to cross out the blessing, okay, of Jacob and establish his own. Okay? This is Romans 9:3. It says, for I wish, is the Apostle Paul speaking, for I wish that myself were accursed from Mashiach, from my brethren and my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaining the adoption and the glory and the covenants with the S, the old and the new, and the giving of the law and the service of the Most High and the promises. Okay, and this is what Esau wants, man. He wants that glory. Okay, he wants those promises, man. But he wants to do it, all right, under the banner of wickedness, man. Okay, after his flesh. Okay, and it's not gonna happen. So, yeah, let's go back to the video. You know, I just want to go into that, you know, so we have that understanding. Let's see. Yeah.
Major movements. You've got the business, you've got the governments, and you've got the religious, all moving now in one direction, and it's coming together at this COP28. They've got the Abraham family commandments that they unveiled. I actually got some of the ringleaders of this abomination on camera telling me that they were working with the UN to develop what they called the third covenant. So God gave us the original 10 commandments. They're going to give us the new ones. God gave us the old covenant, the new covenant. They are now working on what they call the third covenant to help us take care of Mother Earth. So there's three major movements. You've got the business, you've got the governments, and you've got the religious, all moving now in one direction, and it's coming together at this COP28. They've got the Abraham family house right there in Abu Dhabi, where they have a big mosque, a big Catholic church with no crosses, and a big synagogue. So all of this is converging in exactly what you've been warning about for the last 2 decades, a global totalitarian system where big business merges with big government, merges with big religion, and we, the people, end up losing our rights, our freedoms. Right now, the pretext is climate change. There's several others, but this is such a huge story, Alex. And again, Americans are just sleepwalking into disaster.
All right, and I want to make a few corrections because I catch myself. So I'm live on there, no teleprompters. I've been saying COP 38. I know it's 28, and I got it wrong. It's libertysentinel.org, libertysentinel.org, and the newamerican.com. So we've corrected that. But the first thing you hit on is key. The UN admits for decades, 40 years really, they want a new global religion to replace all the other religions and fuse it all in with a social credit score. And you were getting to that in their larger plan. So why don't you give us the 100,000-foot view, the 35,000-foot view, and then the 100-foot view on what life will be like under this new world order, that we don't have to wait anymore and tell people it's coming. Our job's a lot easier now because it's here.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Alex. They're in the phase that Robert Welch talked about, where they're running naked through the streets and everybody can see what they're doing. You know, for a long time they called us conspiracy theorists and they said we're making stuff up. Now they're like, what do you mean? You don't want a one world government? You don't want CBDCs? So the direction that they're taking us in, I think the best way to understand this is that communist China is the model. Incidentally, it's also the key to understanding that even the ringleaders of this climate scam do not believe it themselves, and we can get to that. But they have said now repeatedly for at least 10 or 15 years publicly that communist China is the model that we're working toward. George Soros said 10 years ago in an interview with the Financial Times that communist China needs to own the new world order like the United States owns the current one. Henry Kissinger. Go ahead.
No. Keep going. Sorry. I thought I had my mic turned off. I was to tell him, get the clip ready of Biden swearing his fealty to China. Keep going.
Oh, yeah, and that's key, right? I mean, not only is Joe Biden on the payroll of the communist Chinese, he seems to be ideologically in lockstep with them. You look at Klaus Schwab saying publicly on communist Chinese television, propaganda TV, just this summer, that communist China is what he calls a role model for many countries. He says their achievements are just incredible over the last 40 years. Henry Kissinger, who just went to his eternal reward, he was, of course, instrumental in bringing this all about. He's the one who recruited Klaus Schwab, and, of course, he was doing the dirty work for the Rockefeller clan. So all this is now coming together in a global totalitarian police state, what you guys used to call very frequently, Alex, the prison planet. And so in tandem with this climate change juggernaut is coming the digital currencies. And this is a big topic that's going to be talked about at the UN COP28. They're building what they call digital public infrastructure. And so as part of this digital public infrastructure, you're going to have digital IDs. You're going to have central bank digital currencies that will be used to monitor and track your carbon footprint and eventually to cut you off once you've exceeded that. And they're also building a variety of other digital systems that are going to be critical to what Klaus Schwab calls the fourth industrial revolution, which is he describes in one sentence as the fusion of our biological and our digital identities. And so one of the key things they're working on is this giant blockchain. They hope to eventually turn every single asset in the universe into a token that would be put on this digital blockchain. You can only interact with the digital blockchain through digital currency, and your digital currency is going to be programmable based on your carbon footprint, your political views, whether you're going to church and tithing at a conservative church. All these things, just like the communist Chinese model, will factor into it. And again, the key thing for people to understand here is the Chinese model is the model for the global system, technocratic Marxist fascism all rolled into one. And in the way of that transition to this new multipolar world order stands the United States and the principles that we were founded on. And so right now, we're in the final phases of a war to completely collapse the United States of America. We're watching the controlled demolition of our country on the economic front, on the military front, the diplomatic front, the political front. And Joe Biden, of course, is a very useful stooge and puppet for this agenda. But all of this is converging at the COP28. And you know, I think people who watch the regular media, they get the impression that this is not important because it's not being talked about. It's actually one of the most deceptive things that the fake media does.
Exactly. In the old days, they denied Bilderberg exists. Now they just don't cover it.
That's right. And that's what they do. They'll keep you distracted with a shiny thing over here or over there, while the really important stuff is actually taking place, in this case, in Dubai at the UN COP28 Climate Summit. And what they've realized, Alex, is because of people like you, and you know, I crushed your YouTube numbers back when they started banning you, and I know you know that you were dominating, even all the fake media combined. It was fascinating. So they know they have lost adult Americans. A new poll came out earlier this year from AP Norc showing that most Americans reject the man-made climate change hypothesis. Most Americans, after decades of propaganda, decades of dumbing down and indoctrination.
So they're desperate, but they're not going to give up. So what do they pull next?
Well, they're going to keep brainwashing the kids, and they are almost certainly preparing new crises for us to bring this about.
So the devil is losing the information war, okay? Because it begins with this word. Okay, your brother can post it. 2 Thessalonians 2 shall be consumed. All right, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verses 7 and 8. Bob Pasha. All right, yeah, man. Let's get a couple of precepts. You brothers got Jeremiah 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare And he said the term that look, they're pretty much running naked in the streets with their agenda. Well, it's all out there now. Okay, but going back into it, the masses can't perceive it. Well, the masses of our people, you Israelites, because he's saying that the majority of adults is rejecting this, man, in America, man. And that's why they so hard body on indoctrinating the children now. Okay, because they pretty much just want to kill off the majority of the adults of this generation. Okay, and the majority of the adults of Jake, they're for the taking, man. They don't have a clue what's going on. Okay, because they have eyes but can't see and ears that can't hear. So they can't proceed. Here this man is running naked in the streets with his agenda, and Jake still can't see it, man. Okay, but a lot of people are waking up to the madness, man. Okay, this man, as the scriptures say, he will be made bare, and it began with the preaching of the word. Because all these truthers, majority of these truthers, a lot of them watch the brothers, man. You know, they have other sources and they privy to other intel, okay? But a lot of them be watching the brothers, man. It's a lot of people in the information world, they watch brothers, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shai. All right, and there's a spirit of exposure that's heavy on this devil. And it says, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Yeah, so this devil is uncovered, man. Okay, he's not able to hide himself. All right, so he's just pretty much coming straight out with it and just going forward with his agenda. You know, because he to the point now, what people gonna do about it? All right, because just knowing about it, that's not enough to stop it. The Lord gonna have to stop this man. Okay, and only through the Lord, all right, will we be protected? Will we be hedged from what this devil, all right, has going on, man? All right, brother can post that too. Psalm 62, secret counsel of the wicked. It might be Psalm 64. Okay, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. This is Job 11 and 20. It says, this is the brother Yaqub, hopeful leg 3. And it says, Job 11 and 20 said, but the eyes of the wicked shall fail. You see, the vision that he has, okay, for his new world order is going to fail. It says, and they shall not escape, and their hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost. Okay? This man is finna fail his agenda. He's finna fail his attempt, okay, to remove the perception of the Most High of the earth, man. Okay? To remove, all right, righteousness out of the earth, man, establish his own order. Nah, he's going to fail at all that, man. Okay? Let's get this to Brother Yaqub on the hopeful leg 3, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. And that was during the time of Edom Rome. Okay, and guess what? Edom Rome is back. All right, they've given power. These devils have given power. All right, you know, this dragon has given this power to the beast, that pagan Roman Empire. Okay, that society, all right, of pagan Rome has pretty much transferred, you know, the same energy to this beast system of America, NATO, and the EU. Okay, that pagan Roman Empire, because the pagan Roman Empire represents East at the peak of his riches and the peak of his power, the peak of his military might and influence in the earth. All right, and it's been and that influence and power and military might has been revamped, okay, through America, NATO, and the EU. Okay, so that mystery of iniquity was already at work as Edom Rome. All right, and this is Edom Rome 2.0. It says, only he who now let it will let until he be taken out of the way. And the Lord's getting ready to take this man out of the way. All right, but before he will be removed, what will happen? And then shall the wicked be revealed. Okay, there's a lot of people that's shaking the hand of the devil, man. Okay, following the lead of the prophets that's in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Al Shai. It says, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Okay, this is a powerful thing, that the Lord has his men doing, teaching his word. This devil is being consumed, and he's forced to take this thing to the next phase. Okay, but what's going to happen to him in the next phase of this thing? And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Okay, which that's going to be Yahweh Shai. All right, so all Esau Edom is doing is running to his own destruction. Okay, let's get these two. Let's get Yep, this the brother, the young Yasha'Allah. All right, Psalm 64:1. It says, "Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy." And who's our enemy, man? Esau Edom. And all these councils and summits that he's going to. This is what he's discussing, man. Wickedness, man. And you best believe, all right, he's discussing what he wants to do, okay, with the prophets and the believers, man. Okay. Verse 64, Psalm 64:2, this is brother Mahab Amath, all right, hopes to be of the number by. All right, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And these, all right, are the elites of Esau Edom that's having these secret councils about their agenda going forward, man. Okay? And you best believe, like I say, what they want to do to us, and that's part of their counsel. But guess what? The Lord is going to preserve his people, man. There are going to be martyrs for the sake of prophecy. All right, but ultimately the Lord is going to preserve his people. And even those that are martyrs that have to make their ultimate sacrifice, guess what? The Lord, all right, is still, all right, through his mercy, is going to raise them up, man, immortal. So there's no loss for the elect. Okay? So let's go here. Let it play some more. All right, we'll get ready to close out in a minute. Let's play a little more.
Whether that be economic crisis, political crisis, potentially even crises involving war, right? We see they're trying to get a world war out of Russia, Ukraine. They're trying to get a war in the Middle East, eventually communist China versus free China.
They're saying Trump supporters are going to attack the power grid with the Russians. They're really playing that up. They're also, really hyping up new diseases and other viral crises.
Yep. The biomedical police. So all these things are happening in tandem. And last summer, I was asked to start talking about the way they use crises to bring these things about. We kind of all knew that. And I borrowed a phrase from my friend Patrick Wood, the polycrisis of doom. So I gave my first talk on this last summer in Utah. And then, wow, just this January, the World Economic Forum posted on their website, we're headed toward a polycrisis. And so as you read this, they're talking about multiple incredibly significant crises hitting us at the same time. So economic crisis, cyber crisis, as you just mentioned, a possible cyber pandemic, currency crisis, stock market crisis, real estate crisis, all of these crises merging into one super crisis.
To just overwhelm us. Explain why they do that. Exactly. They've been beta testing crises to then roll out the official attack version, but with a whole bunch of other crises together. A crescendo.
Right.
A singularity of crises.
I love the use of that term because that's one of their big terms for the transhumanist movement. We're headed toward the singularity. But that's what they're doing. They want to so overwhelm it. They understand human nature. They understand psychology very, very well. They know that if they can terrorize people, if they can make us scared, we'll be far more likely to do things we wouldn't have done otherwise. Give up our freedoms, give up our country, give up our guns, give up our free speech. So they're hoping that this collection of crises that, as Klaus Schwab put it, might make the COVID pandemic look like a small disturbance by comparison. They're hoping that this incredible mega crisis, this poly crisis they're preparing, will simply overwhelm us. And they'll have parents saying, you know what, I just want to feed my children.
And that's why they're defunding the police. It's why they're collapsing the border. All of it is about an angrier world.
That's right. And people need to understand that about what's happening to the United States, too. They are in the process of dissolving not just our borders, but our state governments, our local governments, and ultimately even our federal government. Now, during the Trump administration, a very senior official at the National Security Council, Rich Higgins, on the policy and planning director at the National Security Council, he wrote the Higgins Memo. And he explains in there that you have now a global coalition of communists, Islamists, globalists, socialists, etc., all working toward the same goal. He said the goal is not just to destroy the United States as a nation, but also as an ideal. And so the principles that our country was founded on, the self-evident truth that God created us, gave us rights, life, liberty, property, etc., those principles need to be destroyed as well, not just the physical, land mass and population of the United States, even the ideas that we're based on. So I think the United States is going to be facing some very significant crises here, and they're going to be designed not just to beat us into submission and force us to surrender our freedom, but also to discredit the ideas that our country is on. So that's why you see operatives, trained, paid operatives going into various communities, urging people to start preparing for civil war. Right?
Trump's going to be a dictator. Take down Thomas Jefferson's statues, not just Robert E. Lee. But if we understand it's them causing the crisis and triggering it, they can be defeated. How is it going for the?
Nah, my guy. All right, that's not the plan. All right, not simple. Okay, a lot of you people finna be taken. Okay, and this is the Lord's agenda. But he talked about pilot crisis, and I left the link to the video. That's the link to the video that I put up. Okay, yes, a link there. All right, so you brothers and sisters want to watch the rest of it. It got pretty good info in it, but I just want to hit a few points. So I'm gonna drop it in there again. At the end, I want to deal with what he said, pilot crisis, because the Bible deals with pilot crisis, man. Okay, so you go into the word pilot crisis. All right, it says the meaning of pilot crisis. All right, it says time of great disagreement, confusion, or suffering that is caused by many different problems happening at the same time, so that they together have a very big effect. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get some precepts, okay, to show you that the Lord deals, okay, with polycrisis, man. And you go into the word crisis, I believe you go into it in the Edom online, it means judgment. If a brother want to put that up there, you go into it on the Edom online, the word crisis, it goes into judgment. Okay, this is judgment that's coming to the earth, man. And Esau was just used as a weapon of choice, okay, until the Lord does away with him. Okay, the Lord won't treat Esau like that. He's going to treat the elites, and they're wicked. And, he's going to allow them to bring forth wicked schemes. He's going to allow them, he's going to allow them to do a slaughter in the earth to cause chaos and, and death. All right, but at the end, he's going to be judged, man. Okay, but let's just go to this, show that the Lord talks about polycrisis, man. A lot of things happening at the same time. See, it's gonna get crazy, man. He's gonna be on a whole nother wave. All right, it's gonna be a new reality, man. This is Matthew 24. All right, and 3, it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, what shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, all right, and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many. All right, and we see that amongst the ministry. There's a lot of figures, okay, a lot of characters that push themselves as this this Messiah figure, okay, as if they have the way, false prophets, man. Okay, so that's going on. Matthew 24:6. And see, false prophets are going to get a lot of people put to death. You know? And it says, verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And we've been hearing rumor of wars for years. The apostles been hearing rumors of wars for decades. But now we're seeing, okay, actual conflicts and skirmishes take place. Okay? So now we're in the time where it's really finna go down. All right, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, man. Okay, so the Yahweh Shai is describing polycrisis, man. Okay. Ooh, brother got that definition. Brother, when he got that definition, the wild brother, you know. This is the brother hopeful at 3. All right, crisis originally, the word derives from the ancient Greek verb, all right, krenian, meaning to judge in order, okay, meaning to judge in order to take a decision, okay. Go here. It says now, all right, krixis, meaning judgment or decision. So there's going to be multiple judgments and decisions going out in the earth. All right. And a lot of this judgment is going to be horrible deaths. Okay. So let's go here. Let's get another one. Let's go to the Apocrypha, get second Ezra. All right. So it is going to be a polycrisis. I think poly goes into many. You know, there's going to be many judgments. Okay. Going forth in the earth at the same time. All right, and we can end on that. If brother get that in Isaiah 26 and I believe it's 26 and 9. Okay, and also Psalms 119 and 126. All right, we'll end on those two, but just to show, you know, that the Lord mentions what they call polycrisis. Okay, several times in the scriptures. So we just get 2 more examples. All right, this is Second Ezra 15 and 1 says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity, or you go to incredulity is the, the ability, lacking the ability to believe something can happen, going to the word perception. Okay? So we come out the Bible, which all these prophecies are written in the scriptures, and they're faithful and true, all right, which they have happening, they are happening, and they will happen, man. Okay? Regardless of people speaking against it, because people can speak against prophecy. Guess what? All right, Jake speak up against prophecy. Y'all been saying this, and the Bible ain't real. It's the white man's book, and this ain't gonna happen. Well, guess what? Your black ass in slavery, so you are a victim of prophecy as we speak. Everyone is in their position based off prophecy. Esau was in rulership based off prophecy, man. Okay, and that's the things written, being faithful and true. All right, and it says, "For all the unfaithfulness shall die in their unfaithfulness." All right, we're finna witness that, man. Okay, this is why this ain't the time to have all this compassion on our people that just don't get it. It is what it is, man. A lot of Israelites finna die in their unfaithfulness, man. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Okay, that's describing what? Polycrisis, man. All these things happening at once. Okay, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are filled. Okay, and that's why we're going to go into it. It's time for the Lord to work. Yep. The phone chime. I don't know if y'all heard. All right, but it's time for the Lord to go to work, man. This is Second Ezra 16. I started 21. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case." Yep, you still got the dollar menu, $5 menu. Okay, well, they just had the penny burgers, 50-cent burgers, and Jake lost their damn mind. Okay, it says, "And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion." Sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, man. Okay? So we're seeing these evils grow upon the earth, though people are distracted by their convenience, their entertainment, things are still, you got inflation, but then you still got cheap things as well, man. Okay? And the masses are distracted from what's really happening, man. All right? what's really going on. Even those that know a little something, they still don't fully understand how bad it's finna get in a short amount of time. All right? But just an example, okay, that the Lord deals, all right, with with polycrisis, man. So let's get this definition again, and then we'll get these closing precepts. Okay. This is meaning of polycrisis. It says time of great disagreement. Okay. Egyptian against Egyptian. Okay. For lack of bread, they shall, invade one another with the sword. Okay. Confusion. All right. We just read that. Okay. Confusion shall grow in the earth. It says of suffering that is caused by many different problems happening at the same time, so that they together have a very big effect. Okay. And what's the big effect? Isaiah 26:9 is the brother Ahab Amath hopes to be of that number by. It says, with my soul have I desired thee in the night, yeah, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early, for when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. Okay? Will learn righteousness, man. Okay, so the Lord's finna put his judgments, or what they call crisis, in the earth. Okay? It's the Most High that's the mastermind behind this. Esau, he's just a character, man, playing his role. But this is the Most High script we're seeing playing out in the earth, man. Okay? It's the brother Hopeful Leg 3, the brother Yaquab, Psalms 119 and 126. It is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law. So it's time for the Lord to go to work, man. And he's going to utilize these devils on the left-hand side to bring a lot of terror into the earth, man. Okay? And America is finna be the worst place to be. Okay? America is finna be the worst place to be unless you're the elect, man. And, we're going to go through uncomforts and, changes. All right? But guess what? The Lord, promised he would save us out of it, man. And that we will eat. He's not going to suffer us to die the deaths of these wicked people, man. The deaths we're going to die that's for that portion of believers, because the majority of the believers, we're gonna live, man. You're gonna speak life, but you have a portion of believers, all right, that have to fulfill prophecy and be martyrs, and it's gonna be an honorable death, man. It's not gonna be what these people finna suffer, man. Okay, so Lord will, all right, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the whole elect Shalom. All right, and this that video, y'all want to watch the rest of it, You know, you pick back up like at the 26-minute mark. You know, he kind of goes into, you know, secret societies. You know, he goes into them. You know, so if that's your thing and you want to watch the rest of it, that's the link. You know, but till next time, I say Shalom, Kwame Yashala, on Bible Ball DTA soon. Shalom.